Appreciate what you have, stop comparing with others, and count your blessings. Hello and welcome to Be Positive with Bali, episode number 15. Now, before we get started, hit the subscribe button, click share, hit the bell icon, like, and comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Our guest for this week does not need any introduction. In my account, and I'm sure many others believe that he is the best stand up comedian in Southeast Asia. True story. Whenever I'm down, I will go through his videos on YouTube, and that will uplift me. It will make me laugh. It will make me feel better. He does not need any introduction, truly, because ever since he started his journey as a stand up comedian, his journey has been trajecting this way. It has been always going upwards. And I'm speaking about the one and only from Singapore, Kumar. Let the dialogue begin. Hi, Kumar. Thank you so much for
Hello.
doing this.
Yeah, it's my
Okay.
pleasure, no problem.
Now, before we get started, I must say the confession is that you are an amazing, amazing stand-up comedian. In my introduction as well to the audience, I have said that you're my favorite stand-up comedian in Southeast Asia, and I have watched you live 3 times. 2, I was an audience in HGH, and 1, I was an MC for an annual dinner, and I introduced you on stage. And before we get to the questions, I just have these 3 magical words I want to say to you: that I love you. I truly, truly
Thank you.
love you. My wife is a fan
Thank
as
you.
well. Yeah. So let's cut to the chase and let's go to the questions. Throughout your career, you had an amazing career and you're still going strong. There must be interesting moments or like favorite moments for you. Like, for instance, through one of your interviews, you mentioned your performance in Hard Rock Cafe in Singapore, where there was a man in wheelchair and he acknowledged you. He couldn't hear much, but he acknowledged by raising his hands, and that impacted you. So could you tell me one of your best memorable moment with, throughout your career?
I think the best would be every time you're on stage, you should make it the best performance ever, because you don't know who is watching you. You don't know who is out there, who is sad for the moment, depressed for the moment, going through a divorce, going through someone, they lost somebody. So it should be a memorable day for everyone, because I feel that you don't know what people are going through. So, and my best moments are always when I'm on stage. So
Okay.
I'm happiest when I'm on stage.
True.
Memorable ones are like the ones you came across. And one lady came up to me and said, she was also on a wheelchair, Chinese lady. And
Yeah.
she said she's a very active person, but she had a stroke. So
Oh.
her daughter, she had a stroke and she had a wheelchair. And her daughter don't know how to get her out of the depression, because she was very hardworking and suddenly she cannot work at all. So the daughter sent her my videos, and she said every night, before she go to sleep, she will just repeatedly see the videos so that she can have a good night's sleep. And for her birthday that year, she wanted her husband to watch me live. So this happened in Singapore. And she came to me, and she came when we were having the break, and she actually came out with the wheelchair, and she was telling me her story. Almost brought tears to me, but I didn't want to bring with the sadness to her.
Mhm.
So anyway, I was also smoking at the time, and I was trying to put the cigarette away. She said, no, let me smell the cigarette. I used to smoke too. So it was, so she was already passed on that. So I didn't want to make it any sad. So I was just trying to make it even more happier for her. And that those moments. And there was once a girl in a wheelchair. I think she's Down syndrome. I don't know. One lady came and said that God forgot to put a smile on my daughter, but you did.
Wow.
So these are moments like, whoa, you don't know how to react, because I when I get all these, like, whatever you say, I'm good and all that, I don't know how to react, because I all I can say is thank you, but it's very hard for me, because I can't accept. But I'm doing it because I love doing it, and if I'm helping people, it's brilliant. But when people come and tell me things like I just don't know, like, should I cry, or should I say thank you God, or should I say, these people keep me going,
Yeah.
people keep me, so that you are helping at least 2 people every night, or 3 people whenever you perform. It's more than enough.
Right. True. Very true. Now, before we move on to other questions, let's do a
Sorry, I'm a
quick.
bit long. Sorry, I'm
No
a bit
problem.
long-winded because
No
it comes
problem.
with age.
Please. No, no, it's not. It's not. It comes with
Once you're
experience.
50 and above, you tend to talk a lot more.
Come on, you don't look 50. Don't look
I'm
50
just
at all.
joking.
Okay, so now let's go through some fun questions. Yeah, I have some
Yeah.
fun questions for you. Now, nasi lemak is a big debate. Malaysia, Singapore. Which one? What would you? What would you decide? I mean, which one would you choose? Either Malaysia or Singapore?
I went to had a nasi lemak in one of your shopping center called Republica. Is that
Right,
one a Republica?
public.
And I had
Yeah,
the worst. Yeah, I had the worst nasi lemak there. So I wouldn't say. I would say Malaysia is definitely better lah. Because the further you go
Mhm.
into Malaysia, like Malacca, and then you go further, the nasi lemak gets better and better and better because I think they're really using the authentic stuff.
Yeah,
Where even in KL or whatever you get you using lower cost kind of products, which is I don't blame you, it's a business thing.
right.
So I still think Malaysia or if it ask me nasi padang would be definitely Indonesia lah,
True.
So Singapore and Malaysia, Singapore doesn't have anything that's ours actually, but we think we want to claim, you know.
Right.
We want to claim that's ours. So I like nasi lemak the old fashioned way, in the pandan leaf wrapped in a
Yes,
triangle like
in the paper as well on top of. Yeah.
yeah, that's my favorite type.
Okay.
Yeah, but Malaysia definitely wins lah.
So moving on to the next fun question. Yeah. Do you have any celebrity crush? And who? Like for me, I have a celebrity crush on a huge one. My wife knows about it. She's a Bollywood actress called Chitrangana Singh. So do you have a celebrity crush?
Chitra Nangana Singh. What
No,
movie
she's not
did
so
she have?
popular. No, she's not
Oh,
that popular.
you got a crush on a non-popular celebrity.
Yeah, lower down your expectations.
Yeah. You want to be Indian or Hollywood?
No, Hollywood. Yeah.
Hollywood. I like to for the longest time I had a crush on Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
Yeah, and on the Indian side, for the South Indian, I love Dhanush.
okay.
And for the on northern side, I actually like Deepika Padukone.
All right. Okay.
And then when I found out that she's South Indian, I like her more now.
All right. So, Kumar, if you were given one ability, one superpower, it can be anything in this world, or it can be any type of ability, which one would you choose?
I would choose a power to cure cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, because I lost my father to it, and
Okay.
because of our ignorance, we didn't know what was going on. So I would like a power to cure that. I know people ask for invisible, want to be, never die, want to be like forever. But I just want a power to cure sickness.
Right. Now, Kumar, end of fun question. Let's get a little bit more serious about your life and a little bit about how you overcome challenges. You have covered a documentary called "Laugh Till It Hurts." Yeah,
Yes.
and one can imagine.
You follow me, huh?
I really follow you. I actually, whenever I am down, I just tune into your videos. That much of impact you have brought to me. So I can only imagine, and to those who have watched it, can only imagine that the price you pay for being a performer. I don't want to drill down to details. I just wanted to say, what do you tell yourself whenever you have any challenges? Through the documentary, I've seen your challenges. I feel your pain. Yeah, but how do you stay positive? How do you devise a plan in being positive?
I always tell myself that there's a person outside with a bigger problem, that person outside who's gone through worse than you, or what you got was just the tip of the iceberg, and I'm just being unlucky. That's all. And just be true to yourself and evaluate the situation, have a closure, even if a closure means like writing into a piece of paper and throwing it away, or just think about something positive, because it doesn't always happen bad things to you. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
True.
So I think you have to be a bit more. Sometimes the light takes longer to come from the tunnel, but it will come if you have patience and if you. Everybody keeps saying be positive, but it's very hard to be just positive. But you can divert your negativeness,
Yeah.
walk away when you face any problem, and because when you are having a problem, you really cannot think properly. So walk away first, digest it, and then think about why it has happened to you. And I always blame myself for putting myself in that situation because life is all full of choices. So where we are now at is a choice. So the price that you have to pay for the choice you have taken, it's a package deal, So it's something that you can't really walk away from it, but you can walk away from the problem for the moment and then come back and address it again. Yeah.
True. Now, your stage performance is not a normal it's not a normal way of performing on stage. Being a drag performer, I've never come across any around the world, and you do it so naturally and being so real, and you relate to the people, and that's what people like about you. But it's not always the good thing, but there always has challenges as well being a drag performer. So how have you faced what kind of challenges have you faced being a performer as a drag performer, and how do you overcome it?
We see the problem initially when I started doing in drag, I had a lot of catcalls. I had a lot of things like, why would you want to do this? But my idea was, I know that anybody, any human being, when they see a transvestite or a drag, they do a double take
Yeah.
to find out whether it's a real man or woman or what, right?
True.
So I wanted to get the audience attention first. So but once I get the audience attention when I'm in drag, so then I already got the attention, then I can deliver whatever I want to deliver. But it's a lot of issues because you can't do a lot of things in Singapore or anywhere because American Express will not come to you and say we would like to sponsor you. They won't because they can't use your face. It's bad. So you have to accept that as well because a lot of celebrities make a lot of money from what do you call it, product launching, ambassador for this, ambassador for
True.
that. But I really can't because it's not you can't use it as a face for anything because you're a drag. But it's since the choice that I've made. So I just I always tell them I don't think you should use my face. Now they're a bit more daring. A lot of people are. It's okay because I think people have taken the drag away from me already. They just Kumar with makeup is just
Yeah.
Kumar. It's not a drag. So if I go on stage without makeup, then there's a problem. People ask me, like
True.
when during the circuit breaker period, when I perform for some companies,
Hmm.
they not some lah, very few companies. The live streaming asked me why you're not in makeup. I say makeup also taking a circuit breaker. It's also taking a lockdown. Because people want to see you in that, because they connect with that. But eventually they will, because it's for me when I put in makeup, when I go on as drag, I can make fun of both sexes. So I do not want to sound one-sided. I don't want to
Right.
sound like I'm so man supporting or woman supporting. So when you're drag, you're walking on a fence, so you can make fun of both and still get away with it.
True.
And I make fun of all races. It's as a fair deal.
Yes.
Everybody gets their fair share, not just being uh, putting down the Malays all the time, or the Indians all the time, or the Chinese all the time. You don't want to you don't want to sound racist.
Yeah.
So everybody gets the fair share. So it's fun. And I'm very observational now because of a lot of young stand-up comedians are doing a lot of stuff. So I have to up my game.
Hmm.
So I'm moving away from a lot of things. I'm talking more on what I see, what I hear from my friends, policies, what's happening. Talk about what's happening in the world. I read a lot of news. I'm very current now. So that's the only way you can upbeat the younger generation because there's no way. It's a big, because
True.
the thing is that in Singapore, especially when all the comedians, there's a lot of things you can't talk. I mean, we'll end up talking about the same topic, because if I'm a Malay stand-up comedian, I'll talk about me being Malay and Chinese and Indian. So even I talk about Chinese being Indian, Malay. So eventually we will actually cross the topics will cross over. But we
Hmm.
need to step up. Like, we need to go, no, okay, I don't want to do what you're doing. I don't want to kill you. It's not fair. So I will just improve myself. Don't be complacent and just be more observant what's going on. Yeah.
Now, with the pandemic impacting globally, every single entertainer, be it in Singapore, Malaysia, or anywhere around the world, are currently facing challenges. Yeah. How long will this whole COVID-19 impact us entertainers?
I really hope not too long because I'm already stretching the dollar. But I think it will. I mean, your Malaysia can already do events, right?
Yeah, but it's already like a like a scare that people say no, never mind, we'll wait, we will wait next year. So they're not confident, I would say, or
Yeah,
comfortable. That's the word, comfortable.
yeah. Because a lot of this thing will go on until we find a virus. It will be there. It's going to be another tuberculosis, malaria,
Mhm.
dengue, or whatever. It's going to be there.
True.
It's like another flu, and it's just going to be the new norm. The new norm of wearing masks is going to be forever. Taking temperature is going to be like mask is going to be part of your accessory now.
True.
You can, yeah, you can. It's like wearing earring and whatever you're going to wear. You just have to wear that as well. So I just hoping for events to slowly start, so we can even do small scale but make some money out of it. And a lot of even our government is helping the freelance performers like me. They're giving production houses to make use of these artists to do something, come up with something.
True.
So, but it's not what you earned before, but you definitely earn much lesser now. But you need to. It's a wake up call for everyone in the world. It's like, especially being Singaporeans, it really wake up call because now people have learned to live simply, have learned to appreciate time, have learned to appreciate the things you have in your house, your wife, your husband, your children, your parents, grandparents. So the respect and the acceptance of yourself reflect upon whatever you're doing wrong to do it right. This is the time you have to face your demons. And I think it really, really helped because I do see a lot of Singaporeans relaxing more. A lot of
Mhm.
them are being a bit more polite now. A lot of them are not rushing to make the $1 million because they realize that the $1 million is not going to help your COVID, you know,
True.
So yeah. And the greed for money has slowly gone down. A lot of people are beginning to appreciate that they are still alive, and it's not about the money anymore. It's whether you have to be happy, go and find your happiness. So I know, so a lot of people have put on weight as well because staying at home, they were just stuffing their face. A lot of people have become alcoholics as well because they
Yeah.
start drinking more. And but this whole COVID, I mean, so this whole COVID is really, really, it's bad, but it's in a good way. I feel that's why I stayed so positive about it. So staying at home is not so. But what happened now is boredom has hit me.
Yeah.
I suddenly, not during that period, but now it's hit me because even if we can go out to restaurants, we need to have the social distancing, and
True.
after a certain time you cannot drink. After a certain time, what? That's pressurizing. That's more pressurizing than you were at home.
Right.
So I started locking myself down at home because going out has become a problem for me. So I you appreciate your the me time, your
Yeah.
time.
True.
So you need to find that me time, and a lot of husbands are really appreciating. We need to appreciate what wives are doing at home, even after working. Come home, they got to look after the kids, make them sleep, and all that. So now the husband are watching it at home, and you realize, oh, she actually does a lot, And definitely, there's going to be a lot of corona babies next year. A lot of people are doing it. So
Okay.
yeah. What did you say?
No, I mean, yes, true, true. Okay, Corona babies, yes, true.
Yeah, yeah. I have a friend who had a kid, and after like, don't know, 5 years now, the wife is pregnant again. But it's all for the good, lah. This whole COVID, although everybody was a bit scared, and I think it all for me it worked out right. Even with, I see with my friends, they are, when we go out for dinner or what, I see they have changed a bit. They don't talk about money so much. So it's a good thing. So it will last. This whole thing, pandemic will go on, but everywhere is slow. I mean, it's a bit like left Asia and went to Europe now.
Yeah.
So we are all trying to survive and try and make ends meet. Don't have to go and eat fine dining every time. You can get even nice chicken rice near your house. So it's time to appreciate the things around you, so you
True.
can actually live simply. Yeah,
Now, couple of more questions before we wrap this up.
yeah, no
Any
problem.
any advice you could give for the aspiring comedians or stand-up comedians?
I would say you have to. You have. It takes a lot. You need to laugh at yourself first. Your ego, your inhibitions, all have been thrown out the window when you're going on stage, and you need to have a fighter spirit in you, that you need to, and definitely you have to make people laugh. You know. So I think it's very, very important to. You need to like what you see in the mirror first. And because a lot of stand-up comedians have actually had a bad past, and the laughter is the way to get rid of it. Like for an example, if you watched Joker,
Yeah.
you can see he also inspired to become a comedian because he wants to take the stage as a way to let go his whatever sadness he's going through. So I think a lot of comedians should know that it's a lot of them come on stage because they think it's a money making thing. They
Yeah.
want to make money, and I think it's more than that. So they have to uh, understand that stand-up comedy is not easy as you think it is.
That that's a good advice. That's a very good
Yeah,
advice, Kumar. Now, I know you're also working on Kumar Sutra online. That means there is also an episode of Kumar Sutra online. But other than
yeah.
Kumar Sutra online, what else have you planned up for the future? What's next for
I,
Kumar?
I'm supposed to do a big one in KL this year again, but because of the pandemic, I'm supposed to do a tour.
Yeah,
But it's a brand new show. It's a brand new show. I cannot tell you the name,
I know.
but we will definitely be doing it next year, and we will be traveling. That's going to be a brand new script, brand new show. So
Okay.
that's yeah.
Rest
But
assured, I will not be at the front line, but I'll probably be at the up there where that joke I remember that when you said I cannot look up so much, it's like I'm speaking to God. Yeah, so I remember that.
yeah. So so I will. Yeah, that was the plan for this year. So everything has come to a halt. So and I'm also doing something big. I was supposed to do something big for Singapore because we had our elections,
Yeah.
but also there's been halt, so we will postpone it again. So that is the only major things that we are waiting for when everything goes back to a bit normal.
Okay. Now the final question, not a question, a request for you. I mean,
Yeah.
from me to you. So Kumar, there are many people who are watching. Their your fans, your followers. What will be your message for all of them?
I don't want to say the same one, be safe, stay healthy. The kind of thing is like overrated already.
Yeah.
I will say, uh, please remember to be happy. Find your happiness. Everyone have their own kind of happiness. Don't follow other people's happiness. Find your happiness. If eating ice cream is going to make you happy, do it. So just do what makes you happy, as long as it's not illegal.
Thank you, Kumar.
Yeah. Well,
Kumar, you are the most realist, the most purest,
I'm going to make me
unbiased.
cry.
No, unbiased. Yeah, I know I have this voice, unbiased, because when I see your shows, you're very equal. That means you hantam here, you whack here, and you cover all angles. You're not biased, and you are a person which I call like a fighter who, whenever some life knocks you down, you just get up, you smile, and you entertain back and back and back again and make people laugh. So you are a true inspiration for me, and I thank you so much for sparing and gracing me with this recording and this whole session. Thank you so much, Kumar. Really, truly means a lot to me. And when you're coming down in KL, I owe you a big, big treat because our food partner, Desi Tadka, will be arranging you a special full spread Northern Indian, Punjabi, Indian meal for you.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It'll be great to eat North Indian food.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. That was the episode with Kumar. I hope through his life experience and challenges, you have learned and it has inspired you, motivated you to do better. I truly appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. And I would like to also give a big thank you to my partners, Content, Be Strategic, Digital Artwork, BH Creation, Food, Desi Tadka, Video Live Streaming and Production, Mosaic Productions. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you on the next episode of Be Positive with Bali. Bye-bye.